your boy Kachi coming to you live.
Alright, Rhino Prime build, Ironclad. I'm like, man, Rhino's one of my least favorite Warframes in this game. So forgive me if I'm not all that enthused about making this video, but at the same time, Ironclad has its place just like with Rhino. And if you couple Ironclad with the use of Iron Skin, his armor goes through the damn roof. Now you must be wondering why I don't even have Iron Skin on me right now. I barely use the damn thing because I'm more used to using Rhino's armor more than anything else. Iron Skin is just there just in case, you know, you're about to go down or whatever. You want to need an extra bit of, you know, what is it, defense more than anything else, some kind of survivability before you go down. Most people tend to use it before they see the first enemy. I'm like, you know, there's no enemies around, why you got Iron Skin on? Oh, I'm preparing myself because of what's going to happen in a couple seconds. What the hell? So it's just gonna come down to sheer, you know, as far as who could actually use Rhino pretty well. But at the same time, if you know how to have a good build with them, I think my build for Rhino is decent. You know, I'll show you guys the description or the screenshot of my Rhino build, obviously. But all in all, Rhino Prime Ironclad Charge is a good mod for Rhino because of that ferrite armor. The amount of enemies that you charge into, as you see right there, your armor goes through the roof. So how do you practically line them up? You practically, it depends on how the enemy placement is in the game, and you can have better use of it, especially when you have this line right here. If there were a lot of enemies around, I would obviously demonstrate that a little bit better than what I just did there. But since there were just 3 enemies there, you just saw the percentage as far as with the Ironclad. So it depends on how many enemies are within the vicinity, and at the same time, if you can nail a good bit of them, you can outright get your ferrite armor to insane levels. And that armor, the enemy will have to do a lot more and then some to take you out. So Rhino is definitely good as far as taking a lot of damage. His defenses are really high. I favor his armor more than his shields in this game. That's the one thing I can respect as far as with Rhino. Rhino's armor, once you put you know, metal fiber, I think it's called, or steel fiber. I can't even think now just because I'm using Rhino. But yeah, once you got steel fiber on, you can have your armor way up there. So it has its place, I guess. You know, but I believe my build is respectable. I won't say it's the greatest, but it's respectable. So at times I'll use Rhino with this class, and if I could get the enemies lined up right, I can just charge right into them. Just, you know, do that, then you just see 290, and the seconds just cop right there. Now let me see if I can find a good spot and show you as far as with that stuff, abilities. See, 9,000 for the ferrite. I just showed it for a couple seconds there because I didn't want to get, you know, owned. But if there were more enemies, I could have easily got that up there even more as far as if I use ferrite armor. But as long as you got it on, charge into enemies, you know, be angry, charge into them, you should be fine as far as with your armor. So that's the one thing I like with the Rhino as far as with this class. Tend to use this just to mess around, not take it all that serious. Even if I go down, I could care less because, like I said again, it's Rhino. What else is new with the guy? A lot of people use them. I will use them at times. It is what it is, man, when it comes to Rhino. It ain't nothing else for me to talk about as far as with Rhino, but as far as with the build, Ironclad, have power strength, range mods, efficiency. And if you want to put in, redirection, I wouldn't recommend it. I would rather put steel fiber more than anything else because of the armor that he is sporting. But other than that, that's practically it as far as I gotta say with Rhino. Sorry I'm not all that excited about this as far as a build for Rhino, but I barely use the guy. The only time you see me use him is if, I'm messing around. But that's practically Rhino as far as his Ironclad and, whatever. So, yeah, that's practically it.